you have to go through the advertisement and stuff, so it takes a little while on Twitch.
Well, welcome everyone. We are covering this weekend's special event. Welcome from Mechanics Institute. We are usually downtown San Francisco. However, we have been broadcasting online for the past couple of months. Since March actually. And I'm joined by Grandmaster Nick DeFermian, our Grandmaster in Residence, and also Paul Whitehead, FIDE Master Paul Whitehead. And they're gonna help me navigate through the chess portion of the broadcast. And we are currently covering the third round of the International Master John Donaldson Championship. He was the previous chess room director before Abel, and he's also the coach of the American Olympic team who won a gold medal a few years ago. And he just actually released a book about Bobby Fischer, so he's been very busy, I know that. And so round 3 of this tournament, the top 2 boards actually already finished. Jim Tarjan, Grandmaster.
Is that right?
Yeah, Grandmaster Tarjan played black against Mike Walder, and he won fairly quickly actually. And then Gadir also won against Shakir Kumar. And then now we are following board 3, which is Elliot and Alan Finkelstein. And Alan...
Now Finkelstein...
Yes.
Finkelstein drew Gadir in the first round, right?
Yes, and we had an amazing game. I'll try to pull that up later, whenever you guys are saying that we can take a little bit of break of these current games. But yeah, Alan got paired against Gadir, Grandmaster Gadir Gusainov in the first round, and Gadir blundered, I think, move 15 or 16. And Gadir and Alan could capitalize on that, and he held a position, and it was even winning, I think, at some point towards the end game, but then it got a draw, and Alan offered a draw, and Gadir accepted it. It was pretty clear. So it was a huge upset, or surprise actually. But everyone was very clear that Gadir made the blunder, and that's how Alan could rule the Grandmaster. So what do we have here? How is our? It doesn't seem to be moving.
Elliot seems to be thinking. He has a decision to make. This e5 pawn is attacked, and is he going to give up his nice light squared bishop to take the knight on g6, or is he going to allow those black pawns to get rolling after pawn takes f6, g takes f6? So he's got a decision to make.
And I have to rewind my video because my connection is slow.
And I feel that mine is a little bit too, because I think the clock seems to be not updating as fast as it should, or as fast as I would like, and that makes me wonder if we're gonna miss.
I'm definitely having some playback errors here, but
yeah. So I'll just try to.
Does Elliot have 2 points?
Let me double check. So Elliot has 1 point going in. Oh yeah, I think
he must have lost a game.
He lost against. You know who did he lose against second round?
No.
Guess what? Who he played second round?
Michael Walder?
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, and Mike won that game. Yeah, I do think it might get a little bit boring for them, but I guess they like to play, right? So they might as well play.
I don't know if they like to play, but they just get paired constantly.
Yeah. Then the fourth board here is we have actually two sort of semi-new player. We have Ishan Guta, and I can look up who he's from, where he's from, and then we also have Alexander Nisho. Both of them are have 1 point, and Ishan is the favorite with 2100 over the board rating, and Alexander is closer, almost 1900, not quite yet, but almost 1900. So there's a sizable rating difference between them. Um, but it seems that that black seems to be better here, right?
Oh, I think. Uh, have you switched the game? Elliot just took the knight on G6 on my board, but
I think I did. So do you guys see?
I see Big Piano
Yeah,
versus Noob Vected XD.
yeah. So big piano is Ishan, uh,
ah,
with sizable rating difference advantage, and Alexander is the black, um, and um, and so this is board four,
Black
and
is
then
thinking.
yeah.
I would take that e pawn because I don't want those white pawns coming marching up the board.
Yeah, I wonder what he's thinking about. But then, we're just the spectators. We have sometimes the players see something we don't. It does
Well,
look like the move, though.
can he maybe surprise? Can White surprise with the other knight moving away and then have the discovered attack with the bishop there, or is that possible?
Well, Black will get a move to get his knight to safety when the
Oh
discovered attack
wow!
comes.
So welcome everyone. We actually got raided
Wow, we're
by
getting a
Daniel.
raid.
By Daniel.
Yeah.
So
Well, let's
our
hope
love
that
to
our
Daniel.
internet connections. Let's hope that our internet
Yeah. Let me
connection
go
stays
back
up
to
here.
Elliot's game. So thanks so much. So Daniel,
Hey, everybody, for
hi
joining us.
everyone, and thank you, Daniel. We miss you, and we love seeing you play, and your commentary. So welcome everyone. This is round three of the second annual Donaldson Championship. Donaldson was a former chess room director. He's also the team captain for the U.S. Olympiad team, and this is a tournament that celebrates his legacy at mechanics. Last year we had it over the board, and this year we are holding it online. This is a very special tournament. We actually pair manually and start the games manually, and so people have a little bit more flexibility with set run times. They can request buys, and we also have a little bit more control as tournament directors. So you're joining in for round three. We started 4 p.m., so 45 minutes ago, and we'll have three more rounds next
And
day tomorrow.
we have a couple of grandmasters who've already finished their games, Tarjan and Gusinov.
Yeah, Gadir Gusaniov is playing, and Jim Tarjan. Tarjan is 3-0 after this round, so he's going in with a perfect score, and he will be the only perfect score after this round. We also have a special event tonight, so if anyone wants to join us, we have an arena with Donaldson himself. It's starting at 7 p.m. It's 60 minutes of game in 5 plus 2, and John Donaldson will participate. So if you want to join us, it's through our online rated tournament, but obviously it's not going to be online rated club on chess.com, but it's obviously not going to be rated. So But if you need more information, I'll copy paste the arena link, and if you guys wanna check it out and join us tonight, that would be fantastic. So,
What do you
Yeah,
think
how's
White should? What do you think White should play here, Nick?
oh, it's he's held the e5 square, so he could go pawn to c4 to loosen things up. Um, that's probably good, and then try to get his dark squared bishop into the game. So
He's got to hold that e5 square, though, huh?
yeah, it would be really bad to go pawn takes f6, g takes f6, and the black pawns just roll on.
Well, Queen d3 is played first.
Sevi called me
Oh,
out.
sure.
He's 3.0 too, but he's not in the open section. So Sevi, congratulations of your 3.0 after round 3. But I meant the open section, obviously.
Maybe we should take a look at that game that Gusenev blundered in the first round. Is there a way
Yeah,
to take a look
we
at
we
that?
could easily do that. So I can pull that up. What I would
I
do, I
love it
would.
when grandmasters blunder. It's like my favorite thing.
You like seeing that? Yeah, I'm guessing so, right? Okay, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna close that, and so we can go through it. There you go. I will have to adjust the board just a little bit quickly. But so this was round 1. So we have the section actually is 2000 and up. So we have a few play ups, but we actually are very strict with our play up policy, and nobody who's lower rated than 1800 can play up. So okay, I fixed the board, so you guys can see the board now.
I'm still seeing half of the H file.
There you go. Hopefully now it's good, right?
Yay! Okay.
Sounds good. So, guys, this is round 1, and black is Alan Finkelstein. He's a high school, I think, senior or junior. He actually swims competitively, so he really can't participate in a lot of tournaments. So, I know it's hard for him. So, I'm very happy that he joined. And then with white, we have Gadir, Grandmaster Gusainov. So, I'm gonna go through the game. First couple of moves. I'm guessing this is white book, right, guys?
I only got the first move so far as a
Okay, yeah.
We have a French here with fairly standard Queen d7.
Yes, and then the knight moves out, and the uh, white knight moves to b3. Then the other black knight moves out. Knight takes, knight takes, knight takes, and then
We're still a little behind you, I think.
a3. Yeah, and that's why I'm like and I think now you guys caught up with a6, right?
Yeah, I see a6 on the board.
Sounds
Yeah.
good. So I think it's pretty standard at this point, right? And then pulled out a rook, attacking the bishop, another bishop, and then I think this was the crucial point where Gadir took with the bishop. Um, Alan took back, and then
Looks a
Gadir
little risky for black, but
and Gadir moved with his knight, and I think that as far as I could tell, this was the blunder. Do you guys see this too?
well, it looks like black's winning a piece even after.
So this was move 16. So white, I think post
It looks like
analysis.
black is just trade queens.
Yeah, and black traded queens. Um, First, white gave a check, and
But
then
there's nowhere that he can
yeah, and
um
then traded. Yeah,
Oh, so yes,
yeah,
just too
nicely.
ambitious.
he's still
Yes,
gonna lose a piece, you know.
yeah, yeah. Thank you, Vish. And then Alan actually held it quite long.
Yeah, what a strange move that, Gadir, sometimes you just go a bit crazy. Once in a while, things go wrong. And Gadir is such a great, I mean, he's winning all the tournaments, but everyone will have a bad day or bad move
Yeah,
sometimes.
exactly, right. And that's what I was telling people
This
too.
should
That
be probably a win for black, huh? Or close to it.
yeah. So let help me, guys. When where did it went to a draw? Because um, basically he was a piece up. Yes, Gadir had a lot more pawns, but all the analysis said that it was a win for black, right? So we are 31st move. Do you guys want me to just quickly go through these moves?
Yeah, you can just play it out. I'm fine with
Yeah.
that. I mean, maybe black shouldn't.
So yeah, we are in 37 move. Now black spent quite a 4 minutes on this move, going from c6 to d7 with his bishop.
Maybe you should have played bishop f5, huh, Nick? And try to trade the bishops.
Um,
I mean, or at least go after the
it's
a pawn.
yeah. I mean, the position must be winning, but it takes technique, and of course, the um, uh, last realm of defense of the chess master is the end game, where
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
okay, maybe you're lost, but it make it hard.
Mm-hmm.
And it was always three pawns, so for the bishop, so it wasn't that easy.
Yeah.
Right.
So uh,
I mean, the engines will find a win, zugzwangs and things, but practically over the board, it's not an easy task.
and we have Chahir saying don't push g4. So and I don't think he didn't. So he went f4 instead, cutting off the black bishop here. Then it went down, and we are getting very close to the end. Um,
Looks to me like black is still probably has good reason to hope for a win, but
Maybe the final position is actually winning for black. I'm curious to think about that,
so we
yeah,
Paul.
are
keep
in move
going.
33, and then it went really fast after that. They did not spend a lot of time thinking, traded, and then at this point, Alan offered a draw and Gadir accepted. So this was the final position that they agreed for a draw, and yeah, this is Alan's probably best game of his life, right?
Hard to say, hard to say.
Well,
I
I was
mean, it
pretty
may
sure
be
he
the
would
best
accept.
result, but who knows if it's the best
Best
game.
game. That's true. That's true. Someone is asking if we have payouts. Yes, we actually have a $2,000 prize fund for this tournament, and we are almost making 100%. So we will probably pay out around 1800 or so. We have an 88, 86% of the announced prize fund. So we have a pretty good turnout. I'm pretty happy with it. And I want to say thank you for all the players who are coming to our tournaments. So I'm going to go back to our tournament, see how Elliot is doing. I will have to probably adjust the board again, obviously, because I'm not that efficient with these displays. But yeah, so this was a big upset when I first saw the game. I couldn't believe my eyes that Alan is um, significantly better. And then we monitored the game, and it was a fun first round, that's for sure.
Meanwhile, the
Well,
other grandmaster is just winning all his games, right? Tarzan.
Well, Tarzan can have a bad day too, but certainly he seems to be in a really good form. He won all his three games really comfortably and fast, I think. So it's fun to have these people in our tournaments. So.
So black is trying to undermine the e5 square. As usual, Nick, Elliott is living by the seat of his pants.
it's a very complicated game. Definitely chances for both sides.
Yeah,
You think the experienced international master would, kind of just smoothly go ahead, but no, this is a real
yeah,
battle.
I know. I keep, he's supposed to calm down when he gets older, but instead he's just getting more and more ornery.
But good, it keeps you going.
So knight
Yeah.
h4 coming, and then if what? F5, knight takes F5 and E6 check. What's gotten into this old man?
Well,
You
he
know?
certainly plays a lot, so he's entitled to have a bad day, right?
Well,
But
I'm not sure if he's having a bad day or not.
no. Yeah.
Although I'm not sure what's exactly going on here.
So Chahir is suggesting c4.
Yeah, but his knight's hanging at F3, so not good at the moment.
If it goes to h4, it can get trapped. So, yeah, the pawn to f5, threatening pawn to g5.
Right.
Goes to d4, maybe c5 will kick it around. So I think we're looking at some action right here. My money's on a peace sacrifice.
Yeah, it's time for white to sacrifice something.
I always
Whether it's
find it
good or
much
bad, we
easier.
don't care.
I find it much easier sacrificing other people's pieces.
Yeah, let's sacrifice Elliot's pieces. I'm all for that.
That's funny.
But
But
that
he's
e5
down on
pawn is
time as well.
loose.
Do we have any other games loaded up onto here?
Yeah, absolutely. So we can scroll through the available games, okay? We have again Ishan with white against Alexander, who's black. Not affected. XD is black.
Are there
The
any
other
are there any like real amazing surprises in this tournament so far?
not actually not that much. So
Is Beth
um,
Harmon playing?
no, Beth Harmon is not playing. We have young Shah Shivakumar playing against another young fellow, which is Nicholas Wang with black. So this is
Oh,
their,
Nicholas.
yeah, Nicholas Wang.
Oh,
So
these are some good players here.
yes,
These are
good
some
and
good
young,
players.
good. So this is board actually board 5 in the open section. And then we also have oh, Vish. I don't know if the same Vish is commenting in our chat. Which
I
will be
can't believe
interesting.
Beth didn't come and play.
Yeah, I mean we are the oldest chess club in the U.S., so she should be coming, right?
She always looked at the prize money. So
Well,
maybe
we have a good prize fund, so. Okay, so Vish confirmed this is the same Vish in the chat as playing with white, so we shouldn't really give him a
Yeah, we
lot of.
can't comment on his game if
We
he's going to
can't
be in the
comment on
chat at
his
the
game,
same
so
time.
I'm gonna go again. We have young Nitish Nathan with white here against Daniel Lin,
I think
who's black.
somebody's asking how old Nicholas is. I think he's like 9, 10.
Ooh, I don't know, but that's easy for me to look up because usually actually the FIDA file always
He's
have
a
that.
good
So
player.
I will look that up for you guys until you guys analyze their this Nitish and Daniel's game, okay? And I'll look up
Well, I
Nicholas
mean, as
age.
whenever there's two rooks on the board, it's going to be complicated,
Yeah.
even if the other player's up a couple of pawns.
So Nicholas
So
is 13. He was born
he's 13.
2007.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
he's a good player.
Yeah, he is.
I predict, and is Rui is playing in this tournament, right?
Yes, absolutely. Rory took a half point by the 4 p.m. and she also has a 4 p.m. round, a half point by tomorrow too. But yes,
Okay,
she's playing, so we are
that's
very
good to see
excited
her
about
back
that.
playing.
Yeah, I guess winter break is here, so school is a little bit less probably right now. So I'm very happy that she's playing. So. And then we
Nick, what's
have.
Santa Claus going to bring you this year?
yeah, hopefully some more rating points or something. That's in my stocking.
And then we have board 8 is Jacob Chiang against Artem. So Jacob is our local player. He's with white against Artem. I will look up where Artem is from. I think he's from maybe from Washington, Seattle. But
Another game with four
yeah,
rooks on the board.
yeah, exactly.
They make me tired.
That's a hard end game, right?
Yeah, they can be tough positions here.
Yeah. And
So,
then
shall we stop for a moment on the game?
yeah, we can stop if you guys think this
Potser
is.
Nation is a good name for a good chess handle.
Yeah,
And the
so
time
Jacob is
control here is
certainly.
an hour apiece, right?
Yes, hour and piece and with 5 second increment with each move. So
So if rook b5, where does the rook go? Then knight takes e4, maybe. All four. Is there an expression that all four rook endings are drawn, Nick?
Yes, that's this combination to win a pawn because of that bishop on c7. And if you end up with that fast a pawn extra, then black should win the game. But
I'll just say
rook
what I
b5.
always do in these kind of situations, that it's making my head spin and maybe we should move on.
okay, so let's move on to the first board in the middle section, which is covering 1600 to 2000, and we have King.
Now how many players total are in the tournament?
We have 47 players. Actually, 48. We had one withdrew after round one, and then we had one add after round two. So we had 47 active players currently.
That's a
So
good turnout.
very good turnout. I'm very happy about this because in the current state, we have so many good tournaments around the whole US, and it's really online everywhere. So there's no stopping you guys to go anywhere else. So I'm very happy and appreciative that you guys and everyone is playing. A lot of players are playing for mechanics, so it's very good. So, oh, Sebi, your game was with four rooks too. How funny! Yeah,
So
maybe.
white has a positional advantage, but he's a pawn down. What do you think, Nick?
Yes, yes. As you say, a pawn is a pawn, and the black rooks are well coordinated. But that, yeah, such a knight. I
What a
mean, for the
yeah.
Trojan would love it.
And of course, black is our very own Jonah Bush, Gonzaga, and he is facing. Yeah, Aaron. He is facing Aaron Nikoski, and he's from Washington. So
Washington State.
Washington State. That's correct. So
So he's up there with Jim Tarjan. Oh no, Tarjan is from
it's in
Oregon.
Oregon. Yeah, he's
Right.
from
Portland, yeah.
Oregon. Yeah.
That's right.
So
Well, we have the Pacific Northwest represented.
yeah, and
Anybody playing from Vancouver?
I don't think so. No, but Aaron is actually 35 or 30. Yeah, 35 years old. So I think he's probably the same age as Jonah. So it's an interesting match between two two young
Veterans.
professionals, probably.
Well, if White can find a way to win back a pawn at B7 or E6, he's going to be much better here. But how about old Elliot? How's that game going?
Yeah, let's circle back to Elliot. That's a great suggestion. So, uh, they are indeed.
International Mr. Tuesday night.
Yeah, our Tuesday night marathon. That's our signature event for those who are still with us and haven't heard about that. Tuesday night marathon. It used to be what 10, 12 rounds each.
It started out as a 12 rounder.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's been going
a
on for
real
40 years,
marathon.
right?
There used to be adjournments as well, and the players would play during the week. They would agree and find a time to play at the club during the week.
Wow. But
But isn't it? It's been going on for 49 years, is it?
Started in 1972.
yeah, so 48.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That gives Judith. You should have a mechanics marathon, not memorial, but a 50th commemorative marathon or something like
Yeah.
that.
Well, hopefully by that
Year
time
commemorative.
we'll be back in the club, and definitely that would be good. Let me go to a game quickly. We have a
Oh,
very
just
new
a
club.
comment on
Yeah,
Elliot's game before we
yeah.
go.
Yeah.
He's,
I'll
he's
let you
looking,
comment. I'll go back.
but just
So.
he's looking to sacrifice his knight on f5, but he needs to loosen the center more. So maybe
Mhm.
something like pawn to
He did
c4.
it. He
You
did
did
it.
it?
And is he going to play rook takes e6 here? He does. He does it. What is this? This is just genius. So now if king f6, queen c3 check, I think king f6 might not be, well, who knows? Is Elliot in trouble here, Nick?
Well, I'm just trying to see this to the end. He's played it so confidently, and he's spent a long time thinking. He spent over 10 minutes thinking. So
But he might have played it desperately. It looked confident, but it might have had a desperate quality to it as well.
yes, I'm wondering what is the follow-up here. It's a whole rook.
What's a rook among competitors? Queen c3 check or queen d4 check?
And king f7.
Well, we shouldn't then rook e7 check. Give away another rook, why not?
Oh, okay. Now that's a double rook sacrifice. That is fun. That's very nice. And maybe that is a draw. Um, hmm.
Well,
Very
nothing
interesting.
else.
Look at that. Queen c3 check, king to f7, rook e7 check, king takes rook, queen takes g7 check. Lots of checks for your money.
Elliot will find it because it's all that there is in the position.
That looks like it's a draw.
But aren't you guys worried about the time a little bit? Or
Time.
you think, I mean, Elliot is down to 18 minutes versus Alan's 35.
Yeah,
So
but I
Elliot has practice.
Elliot has some practice. Yeah. What
Okay.
if king g6 here and trying to hide the king on h7? Well, then you win the bishop at c7.
Yes. Oh, well, okay.
Let's see what
Kudos to
happens.
Mr. Winslow.
A double rook sacrifice. He
This
can
Yes.
is the
put
game
that.
of the round.
He can put that in his cap among all the other accomplishments that he has
So he
with
went
king
to
f7.
King F7.
King f7, and Paul says, rook e7 check, take my rooks, please.
Is
Our
Elliot?
audience liked the rook sacrifice, so that's definitely was a good choice coming here and watch this game.
Yeah, we have to stay here. Will Elliot do it?
I think he has to.
I think he might have to. You know,
I mean, there's no other follow-up.
queen
So
c6 maybe.
then bishop takes g3. It's a little hard to attack with
Queen d5 check probably wouldn't work. Then he could go king f8, and well, maybe that would draw too, huh?
yes, it's
I don't know. What is the peanut gallery wants to see rook e7 check.
yes, it's a lot more
And
fun.
meanwhile, Putter Nation lost the game, so I updated the sheet, and Falcon won that match.
If I
So
if I get a chance to get a new username, I'm going to call myself Pawn Takes Queen Mate.
can you update the chess.com usernames though? I think you can, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so. I think
so I
that's
could change my
perfectly
username
allowed. Yes, but
from
you know
Chess
what?
Monster
Chess
666.
Monster, no one can beat Chess Monster, so I think you should stick with it.
All right.
Yeah, Rukia, he did Drew Gadir first round.
Yeah, and he's at least drawing Elliot here. I mean, Elliot's not going to be able to pull a win out of this, I don't think.
Yeah, probably. So, um, yeah, he is having a good tournament. So I think it's also the thirst for play. I know he's been really missing the tournaments, but he actually has swim practice during Tuesday night and Thursday night marathons. So he's not able to participate in those tournaments. So
You mean he can't swim and play chess at the same time?
I don't think so.
I mean, back in my day, we could do that, right, Nick?
Yeah, but back in your day, probably you didn't need a computer to play, right?
You could swim and play chess and
Underwater chess,
run a
yeah.
mile and smoke a few packs of cigarettes.
Yeah, well, trianon, right? Or
There's a
triathlon.
great picture
Triathlon,
of
that's the
Bobby
word.
Fischer from the World Championship in Iceland, where he's got his chess set in the pool,
Yeah, with
analyzing
Larry
the game.
Evans.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's a great picture.
yeah. And actually, back in from at Budapest, where I'm from, we have these public baths, which are really good for health, for the health and everything, and and there's a lot of chess players there. They just hang out in the bath because they have do that anyway, and they have their chess sets there, so that's very, very popular still current days.
That's
Um,
fantastic.
so yes, most phones are waterproof, hopefully, or you would think, right? So, so
I think poor Elliot is in trouble. I mean, I love the bravery, but
What happens after rook e7 check?
say the king would take it, the queen takes on g7 check, and then you say, like my opponent, take my rook, please. You go king to d8, takes the rook with check. You go king to d7, and you still got one rook ahead.
oops.
And there's no perpetual check.
None I can see.
Oh, he does it. Well, it's either madness or genius.
Oh, you know what, Paul?
He can take on
I'm sorry.
c7 and then take the two rooks back.
I'm sorry, Paul. There is a perpetual check. You're right. It's this line: rook e7 check, king takes rook, queen takes g7 check, king d8, queen takes h8 check, king to d7, queen d7 check, king c8, and then queen f8 check, king to b7, queen b4 check, and if the black bishop interposes, the queen goes.
But Nick, white can also play after king g8. White can also play bishop takes c7, queen takes c7, and then take both rooks back.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Oh, take both rooks. Yes.
And somebody's asking, why does the king have to go to
Yeah.
d8? Well, that's a good question.
Okay, he did that. Wow.
Elliot is on fire.
Well, as you
Whatever you
said,
can
either
say.
it's madness or genius, but this is quite.
Yeah, this is how to conduct an attack. You just
This is fun, but the
yeah.
best white can do is a draw. So we're trying to find a way for black to avoid the perpetual.
So Rukia is saying king e7, queen g7, king e6, queen
King
g6,
e6.
king d7, queen g7, king c8, c8, queen h8, and king b7, and king escapes. I have not even tried to follow that, but you guys probably can do that, right?
Yes, we're thinking that the white queen would take on f5 check, but maybe this isn't going to work. King e6, you have to go queen g6, king d7,
But then you can take on f5 check.
and then the king goes to d8.
Then the king goes to d8.
And then the white queen is just a little off and doesn't get the right battery for a perpetual.
So on king e6, maybe bishop takes c7. I don't think it'll work, but
And don't you love when people just comment like suggesting lines while their game is going? So
well,
I'm gonna just quickly pick on Wish's game because he suggested. So this is where he stands with white.
yeah, but
Just
we can't
FYI.
comment on his
So
game.
we won't comment on it, but
We'll look
guys,
at it.
this is the player who is commenting, suggesting what should Elliot do. So that I find it funny. So thanks, Wish, to be so engaged with our chess coverage. It's always fun.
So black could go wrong here with king d8. Black needs to be brave with king e6, I suppose.
Yes, and probably your bishop takes c7 is the best move, but still it's two rooks for one bishop.
Well, that's nothing. Back in my day, we had no. Yes, two rooks for a bishop.
Otherwise, we only have like
Just a few games left, huh?
well, just a few games, and mostly in the open section actually. We have
Interesting.
one game left in the under 1600 section, and then we have two from the top board actually from the middle section. So everyone, this is actually a three-section tournament with three sections. We have the under 1600, we have the 16 to 2000, and the 2000 plus section. We also enforcing a 200 rating points rule when it comes to play ups. So you can only play up if you are within 200 rating points for the next section. This actually can be either over the board or online supplemental rating, but you do need that. There's a philosophical conversation why we do that, but it
That was
it
fairly typical back in my day too.
yeah.
So here, this is the move. He plays King E6.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem quite to work for white. You want you want it to because it's just been so brave and exciting, but material is material.
So Queen G6, King D7, Queen F5, then
King to D8,
King to D8, then Queen F6 again.
and then King to C8.
Ah, yeah.
Daniel Lin also won his game, so we can clear that out too. So 7 more games in this round, 3 in the under sections and 4 in the open section. With Elliot is board 3, the top board that's still currently active or in game. He is getting a little bit low on time for my taste actually.
So what about Bishop takes C7? I guess Queen, Black has a lot of moves there.
Probably Queen F8.
Queen F8, yeah.
They're saying that
That's
sack was
very
too much.
strong. Yeah, it's
So
looking quite difficult here for white.
and I'm updating our broadcast title. So
It's true, beating an international master and drawing a grandmaster is a good result in one tournament.
yeah,
Yes.
Without a
absolutely.
doubt.
Yeah.
No fear of the title players.
No. Can we see how Gusenev or Tarzan won their game this round really quick?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a
That
very
might be
good.
fun to look at.
That would be very fun. So I'm going to pull that up quickly. I'm going to do this, and I am going to do this. Oops, come on. There you go. Okay, and close these two. Okay,
And
so
especially Tarzan beating Michael Walter so easily or so quickly.
yeah, so let me go through quickly here. Where is the yeah.
Okay, so this is it.
This actually was only 13 moves, so
13 moves.
yeah, only
Oh.
13 moves. So
Let's take a look at it.
pre-standard opening, chasing away the bishop.
Tarzan was always one of those E4, E5 players, wasn't he?
So we are at move 8 now with castling, black castling, and Grandmaster Tarzan is with black here. Then Mike moved h3 up. And
I mean, for white to lose in 13 moves from this opening, this is
yeah,
almost
it must have
unheard of.
been a blunder, and I actually haven't seen the game yet.
This
So
is
Tarjan pushes the C pawn. Mike answered with D4.
what happened here. This is white losing in 2 more moves.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
So this is knight.
Let's see what happened.
Yeah, knight comes out. Bishop comes to D7. Then B3. And then takes. And that's it. Why did he? What happened? I'm at loss. How did he lose here? You know what? I'm gonna actually shoot
Well,
him.
hold on a second here. I mean, if white takes back, then rook c8, bishop d3, queen c3. Is this some kind of trap or something, Nick?
I'm sorry, I have a bit of a lag. Next time I'll get rid of, but um,
I mean, it looks to
oh,
me like
oh yes.
I think white fell into some kind of trap here. Black cleared
Oh,
the c file very quickly with bishop d7.
this pawn to b3, just a blunder, and yes, because then this, as you say, the c file, black doubles on the c file, and wherever the bishop goes, queen c3 is going to win material.
Okay, and I'm
Yeah,
asking
that's I mean bishop d7 probably was a little bit unusual, and maybe Michael just got
he's saying I
discombobulated.
blundered. I'm going to lose a piece.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's why he resigned. So.
Yeah. I
Okay.
get. I understand it.
Let's move on to Gadir's game. That was 25 move. So.
What took him so long?
Well, it took both games before that. So, let's go through the openings quickly. As much as I know where to stop, I'll try to stop. I feel like we saw this opening with Alan too, or similar. Then castles, Gadir castles, and he played Sakit. Sakit moved his knight out. Takes, knight, bishop back, and he pushed the c pawn. And then black castled. I'm gonna wait for you guys to catch up with the Twitch so that you guys can tell me if you want me to go forward.
I have black just castling here.
Yeah, so black castled. So this is move 12. If we want to go move forward, 13.
I mean, yeah, black's queen is maybe a little misplaced on c7.
Yeah, but it should be roughly equal, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Not much for white, but it's a little bit of an edge.
Yeah. So bishop, then rook, then knight attacks the queen. Queen goes back. Bishop takes, pawn takes back, and then this is where we are at with moves 18. Bishop went to d3, and then knight e4. Queen goes up, doubling up on the same diagonal as the white bishop, and then black bishop went behind that knight. Was that a blunder, guys?
I mean, the bishop is a target at f5 to one of the knights going to d4, but so maybe it's a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It was bad of black to get those double B pawns. That's just, your pawn structure looks ugly.
It looks very ugly.
Black's been a little careless here.
Yeah. And
But
I
you
can
can,
see the times actually with this setup, but
It
I'm
looks
not
like
sure.
Black is losing a
Yeah.
pawn here somehow.
Yeah. And then black bishop went back, and that certainly seems according to the computers. Okay, so
Maybe he should have gone all the way back to h7 so that knight f6 defends the bishop.
mhm.
yeah. So that was a blunder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so now he's just trying to sacrifice everything and win.
Yeah.
But
Save, and then here 20 move 24, white rook took, king went down, and then queen doubles up, and that's it. And the black resigned at this
now
point.
Black doesn't have anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's go back to Elliot's game, okay?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
Elliot is down for 4 minutes, and
And he's still alive.
he's still alive, and certainly.
Oh, so here we go, Nick. Queen Queen f6 check. King c8. Yeah.
King c8, yes. And then what can we do with white?
Yeah. I don't know why I keep missing that. Oh, he's going to go. Doesn't Black just get out here? King c8.
Yes, you get one rook, but he's still got the other. So
Oh, wait a minute. He's got queen b4 check. Queen g4 check, king b7, queen b4 check.
Yep.
what move you want to play?
Queen takes g4 check, king b7, queen b4 check.
Aha.
Incredible.
All right, he's staying alive. What was that Bee Gees song?
Incredible. Yeah, Black couldn't sack the queen with bishop b6. But then White has a queen and 3 pawns versus 2 rooks and a bishop.
Well, that actually
Hey,
should be a
Daniel.
win.
So look who's in the chat. We've been missing you, Daniel. Daniel Perlov. Welcome. We miss you.
Well,
we
this
miss
is
all our club
Elliot's
players.
part here. Actually, on bishop b6, can't White play back in queen e7 check?
And Daniel is saying college applications took over most of his time. Believe me, I know. Reika is doing the same thing. So where are you applying?
Don't let your college interfere with your chess career.
Yeah. where are you applying, Daniel? I want to know. Lots of places. Oh my god, come on. Okay. So what's your top 3? Lehigh. Okay. Tulane. Nice. Okay. Very nice. Very nice.
Well, I think it's remarkable that Elliot's finding all these weird ideas here.
Oh, he's staying alive. But it's such an uphill battle. He's entertained us, but if he had just prepared the sacrifice better, he would have had much better chances.
Just every college, yeah, probably. Well, that's what you do.
So king b7, queen b4 check, bishop b6. I guess it's just a matter of time before Black would consolidate. And if White goes back in queen e7 check, Black can play queen c7, huh?
Well, that's still not so easy, is it? The queen c7, you take it, you go bishop c7, queen b4 check. Where does the king go again?
Yeah, maybe it's incredible.
He's alive.
Cat.
It's like one of those survival movies.
Well, Alan's certainly using up his time advantage to think about it and find the right line, I'm guessing.
I have a feeling this one might make it into the newsletter. It's
Yeah, I have a feeling too.
ridiculous.
By the way, guys, newsletter, talking about newsletter. Oops, and he moved. King b7. Yep. And he obviously calculated this. Does he have any more checks?
Yeah, White's
No.
going to play Queen b4 check. And he could actually play Queen e7 check instead of taking the queen.
Yeah.
But then actually that maybe not, because then King a6, Queen a3, Bishop a5. Oh, no. That would be a disaster for black.
Maybe that is the way to play. It's a queen, king b7, queen b4 check, bishop b6, queen e7 check, king a6, queen a3 check, king
And Sebi, you're
bishop.
never going to get anywhere if you just look at the computers. You
Yes.
gotta look at this stuff on your own.
Even I'm getting chewed out when I look at the computer. So
Yeah,
Sabi,
yeah.
you really shouldn't. Because you have the brain. I don't have the brain for chess. You have the brain, so just use it.
I mean, this is winning if you're a computer, but it's not easy. And Elliot is making it tough. There's ways to go wrong because of this. If he'd just taken the rook on h8, it would have been an easy win for black. But here are their chances.
The alley cat. Elliot the alley cat. Is this the last game left of the round?
No, we actually have 4 more. So 5 with this one. We have a couple of finished, but we still have.
And tonight at 7 o'clock,
Yeah.
John Donaldson takes on all comers.
Yeah, and Abel confirmed that he will be able to host that. So we're gonna probably take a little bit of break after this game, or well, after the games are finished, and then we'll be back at 7 with the arena. And Abel will be hosting that with you guys. It's gonna be very interesting, very fun to see John participating.
I think
We are very grateful for his time.
Actually, if black plays queen c7 and white plays bishop takes c7, doesn't black have rook to e8?
Oh, Paul.
Well, then queen b4, the only move to cover e1.
But then black has a nice active position.
Yeah, this is
still. It's probably better if you'd gone bishop takes b8, rook on a8 takes b8. Then the black king has this wonderful square a8 to hide in.
Yeah.
So queen c7.
People just aren't scared of international masters like they used to be.
They should be, right? They should respect.
No, you can't have too much respect for your opponent.
No.
Trust yourself.
Okay, so yeah, he took the.
You took the queen, but now rook e8 and bishop, and then I think black's in the driver's seat here.
You have to go queen to b4, king takes c7. Yes, that's a really nice move.
Yeah.
Rook to e8.
So
I don't think white has much chance here. No, this is too bad. Too bad.
That f2 pawn is a target.
I mean, this has been a like 20 move sacrificial variation that didn't quite add up.
Yeah.
Too bad. If white's pawns were on, g6 and h7 or something, he'd have a chance here, but They're too far back.
Yes, it's so easy for the three smaller black pieces to gang up on one of
Yeah,
those pawns. The queen
yeah.
can't defend it.
Well, let's calculate a little bit. So Jim will be 3-0 after this round. Godir will be 2.5, and another 2.5 would be Alan if he wins this. And obviously, um, Godir and Jim will be playing against each other. And then who else?
And
Alan
and Jim
probably
gets
would.
a chance for revenge
Yeah.
because Gadir beat him pretty badly, I think, not long ago in the
Yeah, I
last
think so
tournament.
too. Yeah. And then Alan will get probably either I'm guessing probably Mike Walder, because he's the highest rated in the 2 point score group. So because he's gonna be paired down, Alan. So
I think Black is going to be okay just by taking this bishop at some point, and he'll be have an overwhelming material advantage.
Yes, it's
So
easy. It's very
yeah,
easy. Oh, well, okay. Does this complicate things? Interesting. So rook to e4. Now if you go, well, it doesn't help to go queen c3.
I guess Black could just double rooks.
Yes, there's nothing there.
so everyone, if you guys are still watching us, this is round 3 of the second annual Donaldson Championship, and we have a game in 60 plus 5, quite long time control. And we are manually pairing these rounds and manually starting the games on chess.com. And this is one of the few games left. Definitely the most fascinating, interesting games. And if you are free tonight, in a little bit more than an hour, we will have an arena with I am Donaldson himself. So if you want to join us, please go to our website, check out the arena, and register or just join the tournament. And you can still join the tournament with 3 half point buys actually for tomorrow. Play 3 more rounds and compete for the almost $2,000 prize fund. So
Yeah, this is Elliot hoping for a miracle. Sometimes players overthink things and make mistakes in positions like this, trying to finesse things too much. Um, but if Black just plays rook e8 and then takes on c7, see for example d4. I mean, I guess that's good. Sure, that just seems unnecessary.
why isn't he moving the H rook there?
Well, we were wondering that. I think there's many roads to Rome, but I wouldn't have blocked off my bishop at b6 like that. But
Yes, that gives just a little chance. If there's a couple other errors for black, maybe the white pawn could get rolling. Yes, yeah, that bishop was fantastic on b6. You just you doubled the rooks, taken the bishop on c7. It would have been over in a couple moves.
Yeah.
well, rook
Uh,
e3 looks good here. I think this is just as I said. There's many roads to first to the win here.
oh, f3 was a very
Odd
odd move,
move.
I think.
Well, Elliot's just thrashing out here. I mean, G3 was far more logical, but
Yes. In any case, it's just a terrible position for white.
yeah. If I'm white, I'd just be, hoping for a miracle here. Hope for a mouse slip, right?
Mhm.
There's nothing like an old mouse slip when you're in trouble. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there are times when mouse slip comes at the right time, right?
It's just,
You all
yeah.
have seen that, so
Well, we saw that happen to Carlson against Nepomniachtchi.
yeah.
It was very clever of Nepomniachtchi.
Yeah, he got a losing position, but just
Yeah, but
allow Magnus to slip up.
Richard Hack, hello, how are you?
Hi, Richard.
We need the old literary move here. Has anybody ever read Through the Looking Glass or to their kids? It's it's a chess uh, Alice in Wonderland, Through the Looking Glass. And
And
Elliot's
there's
just Elliot's deciding to make Swiss cheese out of his king side.
but what was that? The Red Queen said, "Off with her head, off with her head."
Yeah, I kept
And
trying to off with
further,
her head. Yeah. And I think they made a movie not long ago where who's that actress played the White Queen? There was a movie, not really a chess movie, I would say, of course.
speaking of chess movies, now I see on Netflix they've got Searching for Bobby Fischer. They've brought it back after the
Nice.
success of The Queen's Gambit.
That's
They've
nice.
decided to try the chess movies again.
That's nice.
Has
And then
anybody
Speaking
they
of,
ever has
yeah,
anybody ever seen Chess Fever Hits Moscow with
no,
Capablanca?
no. When is that a movie?
Yeah, there's a movie called. It's a short movie called. It's on the internet.
Okay,
I think it's on YouTube. It's called Chess Fever, and
nice.
it was filmed during the Moscow 1925 tournament that
Mhm,
Capablanca played in. And
mhm.
it's about this a young couple, and she falls in love with chess, and Capablanca's around. And providing a sort of a inadvertent romantic interest.
Wow.
It's kind of, and there's shots of the players during the tournament. Bogolyubov, I think this was Bogolyubov's great tournament.
I'm
Um,
gonna copy paste a click here. I think. Oh
oh,
well,
did,
actually,
did you
yeah.
find the tournament?
Well, no, the video, yeah. So I think I did.
Chess
So
Fever Hits Moscow,
yeah.
I think it's called.
Or well, I just put in chess fever. So, but let me chess fever hits mask. Yeah, chess fever. Chess fever is the yeah.
Yeah,
Wow,
if you want to see
Richard actually
Capablanca
saw
moving
it.
around,
Nice. Okay, I'll watch it. I'll watch it tonight.
it's a comedy,
Yeah,
as any chess movie would be.
it's
Any chess movie is a comedy.
yeah, it's a good. Okay, I don't like Elliot's clock. Do you guys like Elliot's clock?
It's not moving at all.
Well,
So
that's a good thing for him right now, but the numbers there.
yeah,
It's not very good.
No, Elliot's just he's getting destroyed here, but
Oh, actually,
Black.
sorry, I was actually moved out and it didn't update it. Oh my god. Okay,
They
I we
finished.
might have missed a few moves. Oh Jesus. Okay, sorry about that. There you go. Yeah. Where did we lose the game?
Okay, so Elliot resigned.
Elliot resigned. Where did we lose the game? I clicked on it and it didn't update. Okay,
Oh
so
well, we
sorry
it
about
was a
that, guys.
foregone conclusion. I guess if Queen takes F4, Bishop C7.
Yeah. Okay. So it went down. Pawn, king, F4, and rook F8. Queen, rook
Richard
takes.
Richard Hack puts a great synopsis on the movie here.
Yeah. And then queen, and then there you go, and resigns. So okay, sorry guys. I don't know why, but seem to be the
Yeah, one scene among many.
yeah the seem if I'm switching to the OBS, it doesn't update the it doesn't live update the boards. Okay, well,
Well, we had, there was the chess, and then there was the movies, and there was a lot covered this evening.
yeah. And we have 4 more games left. This is Don't Mess With Me against Ninja Forts, which is board number 5 in the
Oh,
open
this is
section.
Nicholas Wang here.
Yes, Nicholas Wang with black and Shiva Kumar with white. Um, and then
Wow,
we also have Wish is still playing.
let's stay
His
on this
opponent
game
doesn't have
for
a
a
lot
minute.
of his opponent doesn't have a lot of time, so I'm guessing that will be over soon. And then we have the 2 top boards in the middle section. This is board number 2, Stephen Witt against Akko. Akko, who is black. Somehow black is on the bottom for me right now. And then this is board number 1 in the middle section, King Smasher against our Jonah Bush, who's black here. So which games do you guys want to follow? Should we
Well,
go
let's
back
stay on
to
this one just
Nicholas?
for a minute.
Okay. So Jonah here with black seems to be 1 pawn up, right? If I
Why did
count the
White
pawns
play?
correctly.
Why did White play pawn to E4? I have no idea. That just looks like it allows the black king to march in. But I could be wrong. King C5, knight E2, but then A2. I think E4 just looks bad, but
Yeah, yes, just
yeah,
why
that's
do that?
not a good move. King C5 threatens King D4, and if knight E2, then pawn A2, King A2, King C4, and that's going to be the end. So it looks like black is doing well here. I don't know if I'm reading it correctly.
Well, let's see if white can find the plan of giving up the A pawn to get the king into the game.
Oh,
Or
but
if black can find the plan.
right, yeah. Well, that's always the question, right? It's very difficult for players to give up material.
Yes,
But
these
that pawn is
now
players,
2
black,
steps from queening.
yeah, now black moved the bishop to c5. So isn't
Not
that
quite
blocking
right.
the king?
if black wants to come in with black can't win the game with the bishop. It needs the king in, but
Yeah.
let's go to
Ooh.
Nicholas Wang's game.
Okay, let's move to Nicholas Wang, who's black here, against Shah Shivakumar. Uh, I think both of them from the South Bay, San Francisco Bay Area, which is West Coast, Northern California. And both of them are standing with 1 point in after 2 rounds. So this is.
I think white might. This is very complicated, isn't
Yeah.
it?
We are in move number 29 and still a lot of pieces on the board.
I mean, one player or the other is on close to close. I mean, I'm trying to find a move actually to consolidate for white because it seems like black is maybe better here after pawn just recapturing. That knight at g3 is a monster.
Yeah, and it's funny, right? Because you would think that okay, so Shash is bishop and a pawn ahead, right?
Bishop pair and a pawn ahead. Yes, yes. But as Paul says, that knight holds a lot of squares.
Yeah.
It's difficult for white to do anything. Still, okay, pawn takes the knight.
Okay,
You go
Vish
rook to
finally won his
c2.
game, so he can join the chat full throttle. So congratulations, Vish. You tricked your opponent. Very nice. Very nice.
So maybe what, queen e1 here or something? Queen e1. But then queen b3 or so. This is very tough. White has to be very careful here. And Nicholas has a nice style, Nick. He really plays for the mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's very good. Very
Yeah,
good.
he's quite the player. Although Elliot has been handling him well lately.
Just trying to close some tabs here, so I moved. Unfortunately, sorry. Yeah, so we're back in the game. Black
White's
had
under a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
White and the time. Yeah, the time is low.
Tremendous pressure here.
Yeah.
That's a good looking move, rook e1. Although it does give the pawn back. Strange.
Well, I think you were right. Maybe like the queen could have gone queen e1, queen d1 was a better try. That's going Nicholas's way.
White's trying to muscle pawn to e5 in. What's the move here, Nick? Queen b3?
Well, how about queen b3?
Bishop b1. I guess. How else are you going to defend that bishop? Oh, queen d2.
Bishop takes b2. Mike Walder is suggesting.
That's possible, because if rook b1, rook c1. I don't know.
Yes, I mean, you may as well get greedy if you don't know what to do. At least they're going forward.
Yep.
Bishop takes b2. Do you want to go pawn to e5 and?
Well, black played b8 instead.
So anyone, if you guys want to,
giving me a headache.
if anyone wants to join the arena with Donaldson tonight, Just make sure that you are part of the Mechanics Online Rated Club. I am accepting applications if as they come in. So if you want to play against Donaldson, if you played in this tournament, just join the arena. If not, then please register, and then you can join after that. But hopefully, it will be a lot of fun. It starts
Nick,
exactly an hour.
Nick, if Black had played bishop takes b2 and White had played rook b1, could Black have played bishop to d4?
Well, uh, bishop to d4 to try to sacrifice the queen, and the rook comes down to give a checkmate with the
Yeah,
knight.
yeah.
Very, very nice. That's
I think it might have worked because it's incredible. Because if because
oh,
all
that
the
is a great
all the
combination.
pieces work. It's amazing.
Um, I'm
But
not
instead he
quite
played rook
sure
e8. Yeah, I'm not sure either. But bishop
because
e2.
you could have gone after bishop b2, rook b1, bishop b4, maybe just queen takes b4 to give the king an escape square.
Well, but then rook. Oh, I see. Hmm.
Um, oh, does it? Yes. Then the rook and knight don't quite checkmate the king because of the white king could have marched up to e3.
Whoa, it almost worked.
Yeah,
And now we have center action here.
and Shah is entering the 1 minute mark. So now Nicholas has significant time advantage at this point. So
Yeah, that center break looks like desperation more than anything else.
Yeah, I have a feeling black is doing well here, but White's going to play d6 and d7 quickly or something. But queen b3 is a strong move.
and
Queen
Jonah
b.
Booth finished his game, so he uh, he won that game, so he's 2.5. And we'll see who's gonna be joining him with 2.5 points, either Akko or Steven, or nobody. Ritwig also is in 2.5 in that tournament, so or that section.
So queen b3 is going to win the d5 pawn, I think.
Yes, not working for white. And down on time, that's so very tough situation. You would have lots of time to get out of the bind. Maybe you could do it. So
Well, let's
hard
see.
and so many tricks for black with that knight on g3.
Yeah. Well, what about queen b3, queen c2?
The queen takes d5.
And then bishop takes b5.
Probably the best. Yeah, that's
If rook c8, pawn to b4. I don't know. Maybe you're going to get killed on the diagonal.
white can go pawn to e4.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that's probably the best chance.
Queen a5 doesn't look right because white can just play b4, but he plays it anyway. Not listening to me. I'm sure white's going to play b4 here.
Yeah, suddenly you've got some squares.
Yeah, that's it. And then d6, and white plays d6 right away. Maybe that's even better. And black took his
Suddenly,
eye off the position for a minute with queen a5, I think.
yes.
I think it was maybe a mistake.
Yes, definitely. Oh, well, that's the excitement because
I
nobody
mean,
plays perfectly.
yeah. Well, we did back in the day.
Well,
No, we
we can
did.
claim it.
Just try to prove us wrong, y'all.
That pawn is a little bit scary. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Which is doing that, saying that. So, and Akko is down to half a minute against almost 7 minutes against Stephen Witt. So with Stephen Witt, so that turn game is probably very intense too.
Yeah, this is looking now unclear.
Yeah.
What's going on here? Bishop b6. Oh, yikes.
My God, what a turnaround.
Well, queen for a rook, right? Queen
Yeah.
takes rook check, I guess, and rook d7. I mean,
That,
maybe black
oh,
has some chances there, but
I think he relaxed. He thought he was just going to win the game, and that
yeah,
queen
queen
takes
a5
a5.
was queen a5 was too slow, I think. Well, I mean, queen takes rook and rook takes pawn. Maybe black still has some chances here. He's giving away he's allowing the pawn to stay there. Oh, I see. He's got bishop d4. And white's only got 35 seconds left. Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Okay, yes. So he's got still some tricks, but oh,
And bishop
he
d4
just,
is going to threaten queen e1 check as well.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
8,
who knows? Queen b4 is quite
5,
a
4. Wow.
tricky move.
Ooh, wow. Wow, this is exciting.
Yeah, you can interpose the rook. Bishop a5?
Yeah, and
Whoa!
then resign.
Wow, Nicholas Wang. Incredible.
Congratulations, Nicholas. And
Yeah,
amazing game, guys.
he's something, this
Yep.
kid.
And I'm tuning into the last game of the round. It's Akko against Stephen Witt.
White has made absolutely no progress in the last 20 moves that we've been looking at this. Is White going down the board? Yeah, I must be because Black
Yeah,
just played.
let me flip the board because
May.
we've been seeing white bottom, black on the top. Um,
Somebody wants to know how to replay the games and to see the games.
so um,
This is a draw.
absolutely. So the games are actually online. There's a very easy way to look up the games. So you just go and select which game you want to do it, and basically, let's say we want to have we want to follow Nicholas Wang, and then you go to chess.com/member/ and then Ninja Force, and then it will pull up the profile of that player, and you go to click on the games, and that it will list all the games. So you can actually look up all the game history.
White's threatening to queen.
king can't get out of the box.
Yeah, all the games that you play on chess.com, you can look it up. In fact, I'm gonna pull up Landerman. He won against, and that's a draw. Okay. Wow, nice. Very nice. So all the games are done. here. This is the third round of the Donaldson Championship. I will be inputting all the results and putting up the standings. I will probably put up tentative standings for tentative pairings for round four, but obviously we usually sometimes have withdrawals and everything, so we'll have to see how it goes. Okay, um, guys, I wanna just quickly pull up one game, um, and uh, and that's Lenderman's game. Um, I don't know if you guys knew, but that was the today was the playoff for the championship qualifier spot, and
Oh,
he
I
played.
didn't know.
So they tied. They tied for and let me fix this. They tied for first place with Christopher. He tied for third place with Christopher, and he actually and they had a playoff today for the spot. They split the money, but they had a playoff for the spot. So Alex won this in 77 moves actually. So that's I'm not gonna go through that, but Alex was with white and Christopher was with black. He actually started with a 2.5 minute um, advantage or disadvantage, right? So Alex, and then they had a really interesting game. I think standard opening. I felt that this was very good,
So,
right?
so Alex plays in the U.S. Championship.
Yes, so Alex has the U.S. Championships qualifier. So everyone, if you guys are interested in this game, I strongly recommend to go to chess.com, look up Alex's history, and that's his last played game. I'm guessing he's celebrating now,
Wow.
and so
What
congratulations,
a
Alex,
for
and
Christopher, though.
amazing job, Christopher. He actually didn't
Incredible.
lose any single game. He beat Daniel. He beat Andrew Tong, I think. And he did not lose one single game. So I chatted
He didn't
with.
lose a game? Are you
He
saying he
did
didn't lose
not
it?
lose a game. Exactly.
Until the final.
Well, until the final, yes, the playoff. But the playoff is game in 10, and the qualifier was game in 90.
Uh-huh.
So
Wow.
he's getting very very strong in the long time controls. He did not lose one single game. I know US
Fantastic.
Chess put up a summary article, so go to uschess.org and look it up, and you will see the cross table there. Yes, he beat Daniel and he beat Andrew Tang, Christopher, and Alexander
Oh.
Landerman. He beat Timur, and he also beat Andrew Tang
In matches.
in the matches, in the normal time control, regular time
I see.
control game in 90 matches. So both of them were 4.5 out of 7 without losing one single game. It was incredible.
Oh, so this was an Armageddon game.
Yeah, this was a game in 10 game. Both of them were game in 10. So
Okay,
it was a
but then
rapid
why
playoff.
such a big time time issue here?
Yeah, because I Christopher started off the game with first move. He had like 2.5 minutes, so either he wasn't ready or he wasn't. He had a connection issue or something. But he spent two and a
Oh,
half minutes in the first move. So
wow.
take a look at this one, right? So Lenderman moved 10 minutes and then 7.5, right?
According to Michael Walter, it said you bid for less time for black and draw odds, and it was an Armageddon game. So,
Okay, well, I have to look that up. I thought that, or maybe then he just had to wait, but then, or they deducted 2.5 minutes right away, and then maybe that was it. So anyway, because I don't
Hmm.
see it. I see that he actually waited, which would have been really strange for
Huh.
me not to
Well,
adjust the clock right
I
away.
have no idea.
Yeah, but I get it that they said a bit, but then hmm, maybe it doesn't show in the history that the time was adjusted. I have to double check. I actually don't know how the time adjustments show up in the gaming history. Okay, thank you, Mike. Thanks. I didn't have obviously I didn't have a chance to watch it,
So
so
this must have been, they must have played off if Mike is right, then they must have played off an even number of games to get to this Armageddon finish here.
well, no, actually, that was the game. So after yesterday was the last round of the regular playoff, and today was I mean, last round of the regular championship, and today was the
So there was
playoff.
just one game to decide the whole thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ah,
So actually,
interesting.
Alex was set to play in today's tournament, Donaldson Championship, and he withdrew. But I knew that that's gonna be a possibility if he gets into and if he has a tie break, then he has to withdraw because he has to be well rested and everything. So and he disclosed that the time of the registration, so that's perfectly fine. And we congratulate him. We like when he's playing in our tournament. So thank you, Alex, for your support, and Christopher, congratulations! Amazing results. So
Oh yeah, Christopher,
yeah,
he's a quite the player.
yeah. So anyway, well, everyone, let's take a break. We're gonna
Okay.
stop the streaming right now, and 7
Thanks for
p.m.
watching, everybody.
Thank you for watching. And
Well,
7 p.m. we have the Donaldson Arena. I'm gonna copy paste again the link. Um, if you guys want to join the arena, just let us know and register, and we'll accept you to the club. John Donaldson will be playing there, so hopefully you're gonna have fun. Everyone who's in the tournament, they are eligible to play in that for free. That's our thank you for them for supporting our club. And let's see who should we raid. Um, let's see. You guys have any idea who should we should raid? Let's see who's online. Uh, okay, we have Curly Queen online. We have Ben Feingold. Um,
Curly Queen. We always raid Curly Queen. Let's
we
raid
raid
Curly
Curly
Queen.
Queen. Yeah, I don't see anyone else online currently. Both as sisters are online, but who knows what they are doing. Sometimes I find that they're not always chess, and that's. I want you guys to have some. Buy find gold. Okay, let's take a poll. Buy find gold or Curly Queen. Curly Queen is very cute, so I wanna almost say I wanna rate Curly Queen. She's from New York City, and she's really fun. So okay, so I'm gonna rate Curly Queen. Okay, guys, if you guys wanna go to Ben, feel free. But we are going to rate Curly Queen. Everyone, thank you so much for sticking with us. Round 3 is conclusion. Tomorrow is round 4, 5, and 6, and Abel will be starting the broadcast for the arena in about an hour or so, or a little less than an hour. So join back us, okay?
All right.
Thank you, everyone.
bye for
Bye.
now.
All right. Abel.
Okay, now we need to wait just a little bit because of the pause. So I think. Okay, thank you guys so much.